Yes, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. We're here another Wednesday. It's good to have you in the house. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, smash that like button, subscribe and share. We're here to talk all things football, and we are going to be looking at the game last week, the Champions League final. We're also going to be looking at the Man United exodus, Ragnick going from the club, and also we're going to be looking at our transfer rumours and what has the teams got to declare in terms of what they've done in terms of business. We are waiting for Chile to come on. He's just running a little bit late. Kofi can't be on it tonight. He's on his way to France. He should have made that trip earlier on. So I don't know why he's going to France, but he might be in the chat. I'm hoping to have David Tuchel on. He said he wanted to come on after Real Madrid dismantled or beat Liverpool, and he was coming for Kofi Klopp. But obviously Kofi's on his way to France as we speak now. So he may come on the chat, he may not. I'm hoping that Dave will come on and show his face. But yeah, we are going to kick off. And we are going to let these guys in. First of all, let's let in Mr. Big D. How you doing, mate? You good? I can't hear you. You're muted, bro. you excite me. You're muted because you can't believe you got players leaving.
Listen.
Yeah. Listen.
It's been a bad one, mate. But yeah.
Yeah.
I had a very quick turnaround, but I'm here. Mate.
You're there, yeah. I know you're having a little bit of problems with technical things. We was panicking a little bit, Chrome playing up. But listen, you're here, and that's the main thing. Let me just get to. I don't know if anybody's coming at the chat yet. I don't know if anybody's here with us at the moment. We are going to be looking at the football that took place last week. Liverpool almost doing the quad, but ended up going away on a two-wheel bike.
Mate. Wow.
You know what I mean? But listen, D, before you say anything, let me just first of all go to the comments. Nobody's in yet. Hopefully people will be coming in hopefully soon. Let me just, I'm just mucking about with this. I've just added the if you can see along the bottom, I just thought I'd added the little ticker thing. Leah, first of all, Leah's the first one in. Big up Leah. Arsenal, big Arsenal supporter. She actually was tempted after the Liverpool game, or sort of during the Liverpool game. She wanted to switch sides. I said, "Yo, having a laugh, man. Yeah, wow. you want to jump shit? You stick with your team, man. Stick with this badge, bro.
You cannot jump teams.
You cannot jump teams. Big up to Latoya. Hope
good evening,
Latoya. Well. Hope you're feeling good. A couple of weeks ago, D, I kind of mentioned that Latoya took a couple of shots at you, so I don't know if she's brave enough to put those stuff in the chat.
But tonight, I've got the chat up tonight, so I'm trying to multitask tonight, mate.
well, right now I'm trying to multitask. Yeah, I'm trying to multitask. But listen, we are going to do this. Let me do one more thing. Let me just make sure that I'm doing this right. Okay, listen, we have got a little surprise for you, D. You've been calling out this lady pretty much all season, yeah? And every time she's always in the chat. Yeah, she's always running her mouth, running her gums, yeah? Big Liverpool supporter. Listen, she can only stay with us for at least half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm hoping that Chile can get on and to talk to her personally. Yes, spoken to her off camera and stuff like that, on the phone and stuff like that. But listen, we are going to bring in as Dee would like to call it. Dee, you want to introduce her? Do you want to take this pleasure to introduce?
Yeah, I would like to introduce
the first lady of
the first lady of Normski TV, PJJ, to her friends.
There she is. There she is.
Listen,
full glory.
Right side.
With my Liverpool top. And listen, she rang me from work. She said, get that green screen up. As you can see behind her, you know what I mean? I'm sure that's it. I mean, the players that wasn't the recent. Was this the recent?
No, this is the
what was this?
This is the League Cup, isn't it?
Was this the League Cup?
Yeah, the League Cup team, I think.
It was the League Cup, yeah?
Is that a League Cup team, Jay?
Shall I move my head out of the way?
Well, there you go.
Definitely the League. Yeah.
So the League Cup and the FA Cup.
FA Cup.
Listen, you should have seen the scenes. I couldn't believe it. The amount of people that came out for that bus parade, mate. My gosh, man, it was unbelievable. Can you imagine if they'd done the quad?
Yeah, that's what we're like as fans, you know.
Yeah, but listen, mate. Every day's a bus parade for you guys.
Well, you know what? I suppose as well, because they never got to do it properly when they won the league in the pandemic. So maybe.
Sorry, they're making up for lost. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, someone told me that City's parade was like 6 man and a blind dog. Apparently, you know what I mean. I'm like, the city is still red. You know, trust me on that one. The city is still red, regardless of our train crash of a season. But hey.
Bro. I mean, the stuff that went off on that one with Jack Grealish. You know, he was a little bit wear for tear, should I say? But
he
listen,
likes a tipple design.
He seems to. Yeah, he seems to like a drink. You know what I mean? But listen, you know, you got to let them enjoy themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it's about, isn't it?
And that's what it's all about. But as you can see, we are going to be talking the Champions League. We are going to review that first. As you can see along the bottom of your screens, you know, I thought I'd try and up the game a little bit. So, you know, it's welcome to the What's Going On show. Fallout of the Champions League final.
This is lovely, Gnomes.
Yeah,
it is good.
The intro with the bass was lovely. I'm like, yeah, Bridget, I'm loving that.
Yeah, you know that. You know, put the little bit of man. You know, when you drop the bass in, done, yeah, it just brings everything together.
Yeah, I'm like, proper. Yeah,
Man United, basically, Man United, Exodus, Ragnick going. We are going to talk about that. And obviously, we're going to talk about your transfer business and any rumors and anything that you have to declare. So we are going to go into the show because I know Jay's got another appointment. So we are going to go into. Hopefully, Chile will be on soon. He said he'll be on about 6:45. So we are going to tackle. But yeah, let's talk about the Champions League, guys. Listen, as I said on another stream, I wasn't on that, but I was on the chat, and I was just saying it's just unfortunate that you know, Liverpool was going for the quad bike, but I'd end up with a two-wheeler bike.
Scooter.
Not scooter.
Yeah, not even, you know, with them 2-inch wheels, you know, ones.
2-inch, you know the way there.
Just be careful, right?
And what a game it was. I mean, look, Jay had the laptop open. No, listen, I'm going back as far as the you know what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about the season. No, it's the Champions League. No, she didn't have the laptop open. Going into that game, Jay, let's ask you for going into that game. And by the way, if you don't know, that's my missus. Yeah. So
hello, hubby.
For me, since she's a Liverpool supporter, so mate, you know what I mean. And I just could not have her. Yeah. Can you it would have been unimaginable. You know what I mean? We said in a couple of streams ago that if they did the quad, man, I'm flying with you out to wherever you're going.
Yeah, Portugal, just pack up and buy a place in Portugal and live out there until
I just live out there, just get away from these guys. You know what I'm saying? But Jay, yeah, what was your thoughts on that game? A lot of Liverpool fans were running their gums. You was running your gums. You know,
I was not running my gums about the game. I was just saying that, I wasn't too sure. I didn't listen to the punters like Michael Owen and all of that big talk about comfortable win and things like that. I was just, let's see how the game starts. I knew they'd come out fast at the blocks because that's just the style. And they did come out, but they just can't break the teams down. And that was the misfortune. And we got let off. That first one that they discounted, we did get let off on that one.
That was a goal, you know.
Yeah, I would say that.
I
thought that was a goal, but I mean, you've got to really understand the rules in there because the Real Madrid player didn't touch the ball, but they were saying that if it was an intentional back pass or a deflection, because Benzema was behind the goalkeeper, it meant that he was offside. But to me,
but was he interfering with play?
No, he was.
That's the thing. The whole interference. There's so many blurred lines when it comes to VAR and you know what I mean. I think the whole thing needs ripping up and starting again. Rip it up and start again, and then every tournament anywhere in the world, everyone goes off the same scripts. Otherwise, you'll see this in the World Cup. I guarantee it. You'll see somebody lose a World Cup because of a madness. And you'll be like, come on, man.
Just to say as well, Jay did bring up about Michael Owen and all the pundits, and you know, a lot of the teams had Liverpool winning this easy, hands down. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I set this tweet, and just by the way, I've just joined Twitter. I took the brave jump to join Twitter. But now I'm just going to be read only. Because boy, I know it's kind of rough out there. And D, I'm going to need to get some. I'm going to need to get some.
You have to be very. You have to be careful with Twitter because it can be very toxic. And it's almost like you're not allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah,
and people come at you and they come at you quite vile as well, and they try and get you cancelled or try and get you blocked on all kind of madness. So you got to be careful how you post and when you post, even if it's banter. Sometimes banter. I mean,
you got Twitter Spaces and stuff like that where you can have live Twitter Spaces. I'm just checking it out today, looking at it. As I say, it's all new to me because I said I try to avoid it, any sort of news that I get. But then saying all of that, I sent it to Dave in Dubai, and he was saying like, you know, this is where you're going to get all the news quickly in terms of what's happening. So that's why I've done it.
And then you'll see the credible reporters on there, the ones that tend to get the transfer market pretty much on point.
It was interesting the tweet. It was interesting the tweet that Michael Owen put out, and I said D was like, "This man is a joker." But the tweet from Michael Owen at let's just read this at Marcello. This is obviously about few days ago. It says, "Well, I thought at LFC would have too much tonight. They didn't do much wrong, but all credit to at Real Madrid. It's a club that simply wins on big occasions." And he responded back, Danny Costello replied back, saying, "If I was on a desert island with you and had a tin of corned beef, I'd eat you and talk to the corned beef."
Right.
But Michael Owen, he's so bright. Big up, Craig. How you doing, bro?
Yes, Craig.
Hope you're well, mate.
Craig.
As you can see, got a new panelist on the show. Liverpool supporter Jay, who's always been in the chat. Dee's been calling out for a season, and she finally decides to come on. And credit to you, you know, with your team losing 1-0 to Real Madrid, and ended up on a 2-wheeler bike instead of the quad.
You keep saying that. Why? Why?
I just love it.
No, but you see how Klopp did clap back. He's telling Jancy to book a hotel. Book your hotel, Jans.
Listen, that's another thing. Yeah, it's a little. What's all this about? Come on, man. What's that all about?
We're coming back strong. Don't worry about it. We're coming back strong. And it was about picking up the team, isn't it? Obviously, they're disappointed. The fans are disappointed. But if he says it, you've got to believe it. If Michael Owen said it, I might just take it with a pinch of salt. But if Klopp says it, it's going to happen.
He was having a little moan as well. You know, typical Klopp. Listen, Real Madrid had to do it their way. Yeah, and for the first half of that game, listen, you know, you didn't put your chances away. We was watching the game together. You didn't put your chances away.
The goalkeeper.
Courtois had a monster game.
Definitely man of the match.
Yeah.
You have to remember though, like this is what I said to people. A few times when we were managerless, I was saying, go get Don Carlo. But our board are afraid of him. That's why they never went anywhere near him, because he don't play. He just makes a phone call. What, you're messing with me? Okay, I'm going to make the call here, and we'll see who you're messing with. And that's the kind of manager that I want to stand with to the board.
And you know what? Everybody was saying that he was washed up. He went to Everton. Arsenal didn't want to look at him. Look at this guy's done. Look what this guy's done with the team that he's played for. Don.
Like,
He is the Don. He's right up there. He's right up there in terms
You respect
of
him.
an elite
Yeah.
manager. You know what I mean? And
Respect him.
you can't say much for Arteta. You know what I mean? That guy has got a long way to go. And I'll tell you what, I would have taken him at why he went to Everton, God knows. But listen, they supposedly had the money, but what a waste of money because they nearly got relegated, and that wasn't under Don. Do you know what I mean? Real Madrid came calling. He's won the league with them, and now he's done this. Absolutely fantastic. And Courtois was absolutely brilliant. You know, and to be perfectly honest, Real Madrid defended really well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Salah, as one of his usual games. I know you was having a bit of a moan, Jay. I mean, what was your thoughts in the first half? Because you was on top in the first half.
That's what I say. Sell him.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen with
he's just making the noise. He's making the noise about he wants to stay. I don't really buy it, but I prefer Mane over Salah any day. That's me personally. That's my personal opinion.
Because if you're looking at work rate, you're taking Mane every day for the work rate he puts in for that team. You know,
but then
he wants out now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, so they're saying. Because
they're saying he doesn't like being rotated.
Oh, here we go. Let's go now in our favourite bloke, Mr. Chili, third place loser.
Yes, Jay. Big up yourself.
Man, looking all shaved, clean shaven and everything, mate, bro.
It's a Queen's Jubilee, isn't it? You have to dress up smart. I was going to put a tie on too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, bro.
You know.
But listen, we're just talking about the Real Madrid Liverpool game, and basically, you know, Liverpool first half pretty much should have put away their chances. They didn't do it, but it's just unfortunate. Well, is it unfortunate? No, actually, it's quite fortunate because I was glad. I was glad. I mean, Chili, did you get to watch the game as well?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
And what was your thoughts on the performance of Liverpool? Klopp having a little bit of a moan, having a little bit of a dig at, you know, because they were saying that Real Madrid should have really come out there. I think he mentioned that Real Madrid only had one shot on goal, and
did they win though?
Exactly.
I don't want to hear it. Klopp's over the last couple of years, he's just become annoying with his moaning. But the game, Liverpool were all over him the first
he should have won.
But you know what they say, if you don't take your opportunities when you're on top, that's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is his third loss, isn't it, in the Champions League final?
Yeah, I mean, third loss in the Champions League title. And I think in all finals, I think 5.
Yeah, he's lost 5 finals.
But you have to be in it to win it. You can't talk to us about
I've heard this from it. Listen, that's all she gets to say.
In it.
Yeah, and you know what? I admire that you're in it, but you know what? No one's going to say, who again did lose in 2021 or 2022?
Exactly.
But saying that,
champions. Nobody cares.
Saying that, I'm saying that. When I looked, when I was doing my little stats, my little research, all I could see, Chelsea, run it up. Run her up. Yeah, so you're chopping your gum. Arsenal, not even in the runner-up category. So you have to be in it to win it. That's all I'm saying to you.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Big up Ian. Good evening, everyone. I see we have a special guest. So I'm saying,
Norman, but you've got to 3 finals this year.
Yep.
How many goals have you scored in those finals?
Well, that's another story, though, isn't it? No matter with that. No matter with it.
Man.
Exactly, man.
That is a really crazy stat, you know.
Yeah, but
no goals in the finals.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
with that strike force as well.
Exactly. But Salah, I think he's been off the pace for at least the last 6-7 games.
Yeah, definitely.
He's just been off the pace.
Yeah, and you know what? He probably hasn't looked the same since losing the AFCON.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's what they were saying on the other group about Mane stepped up since then.
Since the AFCON, yeah. And it's like they leapfrogged him.
Back.
Yeah. And now you're going to have this tussle about who gets a better contract. You understand?
Yeah,
It's that
yeah.
kind
Well,
of
All the Liverpool people I know, they're all saying Mane. And
definitely.
if you had to lose one, that you'd lose Salah over Mane.
Yeah,
But would you take
that?
listen, you look at Salah's contribution in terms of his goals and his assists. I mean, would you take that over Mane? I mean, it's goals wins you games. So that's a question I would probably put to you, Jay.
Yeah, but at the start of the season, he was banging them in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's dropped off. So you've got people like Thiago's popped up with some goals. Fabinho's popped up with some goals. Mane's popped up with some goals. So, across the piece, if he was on form, I'd still say I prefer Mane over him anyway. And he makes some bad decisions. That's the problem. Where he should pass, he's trying to run through 100 men. And it's
Norman, I always say that he's greedy. But I'll never forget the one time Mane was about to shoot, and Salah come running in from
and took the ball off his foot.
He's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah. I mean, no, go on.
But you look at what you have in the wings in Jota and Diaz. Then for me, I don't see you missing a beat if one of them two goes.
No.
I thought Diaz was poor in the final, though.
Yeah, it was poor.
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault. I don't think it was his fault. If I was going to say anything about Klopp, I think he should have brought him on as a sub. Because he's played for Porto, whoever, they know his game. They just marked him out of the game. Maybe they should have brought him on as a super
That's
sub.
true. They did mark him out.
Out the game. Trent was poor. Robin, they were poor. The wings were poor.
What was Van Dijk doing for the goal?
You took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Best defender in the league, guys. Remember, come on now.
What was he, 75 mil?
Right, do you two want Jay to come back on it? All you're doing is chucking bare shade at the woman, man.
But you know what? There was
my one and only
that I saw. I don't know whether it was Twitter or Instagram, and the guy was saying that Sergio Ramos snuck into the Liverpool changing room and stole Mo's shooting boots. And I said, "Oh Lord," because remember the whole revenge thing from the shoulder injury. It just stole his boots. Something like, "Oh Lord, the banter was real, man."
And I think they talk too much. I felt they talk too much. Make your football do the talking. So all this, who you want to meet in the finals? Mo Salah said, Real Madrid. Then you come to the game and you don't do nothing.
You don't show up.
Thierry Henry came out in an article and just saying that Mo Salah just kept his mouth quiet. Got one in his mouth and just get on, do what you do best, which is score goals. Obviously, there was all the revenge talk and stuff like that. But listen, what I must say, I'll take that after Real Madrid. If you think about guys,
no, wait a minute. Say that again, Norms.
What was that? Sorry.
What did you say? Take your hat off to who?
After Real Madrid.
Why are you taking your hat off to them?
What do you mean? Okay, I'm going to tell you why I'm taking my hat off to them. I'm going to tell you why I'm taking my hat off to them, right? You're behind yourself, Right. No, listen. And I think Chile and Big D will agree with me. If you look at their route to the final, who had the easier run and harder run?
Real Madrid was mental, man.
It was almost like if you look at the stars. If you're into the stars, it's like everything aligned
up for
to have a real just a cruise into the final without breaking sweat. So you always felt like Liverpool should have just been ready to deal with that.
Come on, Villarreal in the semi-finals. Come on.
I said in another football group that I'm on, I said that exactly that. Do you think it's in the stars that Real Madrid? Real Madrid are going to win?
You know me well. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Chill.
No, I was just saying that I was saying that it's written in the stars, just the way that Madrid got to the final.
Yeah.
And then look, Liverpool were literally all over them.
Yeah. And I thought the goal's coming.
They literally had it in their hands.
Yeah. And they let it slip. And the funny thing is, all right, I do give Real Madrid some credit because in the semi-finals, when the match finished and they took off their shirts, they had 14 on their t-shirts. And I'm like,
this is the semis.
Yeah, they're being up their chest. Yeah, they already
talking about 14 Champions League. That's
mad, you know.
Mate, listen, I can't even talk because we're 14 behind them.
I'm with you on that one, Norms.
You can't talk there, bro. I mean, these guys, These guys are elite, and Luka Modric, your ex-player, Chile, mate, bro. The guy's what 36, turning 37.
He's playing like a 23-year-old, isn't it?
Yeah, Luka.
The passes with his outside of his boot, and
he was bossing midfield, you know.
Yeah, he was bossing. And you know what's so funny was in the second half, right? They started to come into the game, and then when Vinicius got the goal, and obviously the defended by Van Dijk, Robinson, and Trent. I mean, Trent didn't even know the guy was behind him, and it was just pretty much tapping for him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I could see. No, she was livid. She was absolutely livid. It is. And literally, after that, Real Madrid controlled the game.
Yeah, but Van Dijk was at fault anyway because he should have pushed the guy out wide. Yeah, he let him come, and then he sticks out a lazy foot.
Yeah,
sticks out a lazy foot. What's that about? No, I'm not impressed. Yeah. So he should have been crying at the end. It was his fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he was proper. Yeah, he was properly chucking out some tears, bro.
Yeah,
man was just putting him into a beer glass, and Ancelotti was drinking it, bro.
But if you look at the season though, and sometimes this is what happens when you compete on four fronts. That when you get to a big game like that, not everyone's running on a full tank. You know what I mean? And they won't tell Klopp that because they all want to play. They all want to start. So even if they got a knock or they're a little bit gassed, they still want to play. And this is where sometimes
I brought that up last week with Kofi, and I said to him, "Is it that are they running on fumes now?" But what he was saying is because Real Madrid had won the league like 2 weeks prior or whatever, so they rested their players. He was saying that with Liverpool, they've still got that energy and everything. Still playing games competitive and everything like that. So I thought, listen, first half, as I said, they were pretty much all over Real Madrid, but they stayed in the game. Klopp, as I said, had his moan because, listen, the good thing about Real Madrid, listen, if any other team went up against them, they would play them off the park. You can't go up against Liverpool toe-to-toe and play like that. So the Don Ancelotti,
they played their game.
They played their game, and as a result of it, at the end of the day, it's the goal that matters. Don't matter how you play. Back in the day,
it should have been 2-0.
It should have been
2-0. Yeah.
What do you think, Jay? Right.
No, I did say we were let off on that first one. I did confess to that. We were let off on that. I don't know
how they didn't.
Yeah, I was glad they did.
It's a crazy rule, but as Steve said, they're gonna have to look at it and look at VAR again because
we should have taken advantage of it. We should have taken advantage of that let off, and we didn't. So at the end of the day,
that was right at the end of the half, wasn't it? And then they went in the changing room. I don't know what Ancelotti made them drink or what he made them eat, but they come out a different team.
Totally different team, mate.
But you knew that they were going to come out like that. That's what I'm trying to say. That's not a secret. That's how they play. And Liverpool don't have a plan B. That's the problem. We don't have a plan B. If you can't break down the teams, we don't have a plan B. And they've got to find a way to get through these teams like that.
But then Courtois, what a performance! Let me just give it this.
Yeah, Courtois, boy.
That save from Salah with Salah. There was two. There was two.
There
was one at the near post when Salah took it on his right foot, his weaker foot, mate, because he normally likes to come in on his.
Is that the one where he took it out the air?
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh, man. Bro,
let's not get carried away. Don't get carried away now.
It just shows how good Courtois played. Because for Salah to take that out of the air and then he hits it, with power on his right foot, and you see Courtois come across and cover that is near post and blocks it. And you just see Salah banging that floor, man. I'm sure he dug a hole.
And the funny thing as well, Norman, there's a lot of people saying that Courtois was washed when he left Chelsea.
A
lot of people wrote him off. So then and look how long he's been left Chelsea now. What, 3-4 seasons now he's been gone?
He had a little dig though.
Say that again?
He had a little dig though in his interviews about not getting respect.
He did come out.
I remember him saying something.
But listen, he's got the right to. He's proved a point. He's pretty much got them the Champions League. Because they had something like 20 odd shots on goal, Liverpool.
And there you go, right there. You can't have that many shots on goal and not score. Because that's the objective of the game. I used to see these stats with us where 30 shots on goal and a 0-0 draw. How?
Mind you,
you're all forgetting.
if it had gone to penalties, we'd have won it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that was my fear as well.
That would have been
my fear.
3 cups this season.
Yeah,
of Pens,
yeah.
And then there would have been a huge asterisk over it, Jancy. There would have been a huge asterisk under that Champions League saying.
I don't know. You know, I think.
Nah, we'd have
Well,
got
I
it.
don't know because with Salah, man, missing in the African Cup of Nations, I think he would have missed.
No, he wouldn't have missed that one. And if Origi, the legend, if Origi had come on, I'm telling you, he would have scored that goal to make it 1-0.
Another Liverpool fan I know said exactly the same thing. That they should have brought Origi on.
Yeah.
Because he always seems to do that.
He always seems to do it. He did it in the
big
semi-finals.
Yeah.
Was it Barcelona?
That last one before.
You look at Klopp and you say, bro, look at your history. Look at your bench and look at your history.
Yeah.
Make the call. And sometimes you got to make that ball call. You got to take off a superstar that's going to get in his feelings and his ego's going to be hurt to put on this cap that seems to deliver when it matters.
Origi would have done it.
So just to say that, because I know Jay's got to probably chip in about the next 10, 15 minutes, but just with the situation with Mane, Salah, and you're linked with, you obviously you brought in Diaz, and you've also got the other player from Fulham,
Carvalho or something.
With the talk of Mane possibly going to Bayern Munich, I think he's told his teammates that he wants to go. Do you know? Because listen, at the end of the day, will Salah get a new deal, or do you think he was run down his contract? And do you think Mane will go? And if he does go, because I'm hearing now that you're fighting, you're in tussle with I think Man U for Nunes from Benfica. Heard that you're going to fight tooth and nail to try and get him.
No, he's too much money. He's not ready for that kind of money. Like, if he goes to Liverpool, and I think Liverpool won't want to overpay for him. And if United overpay for him, which is what we normally do, I'll be furious. Yeah.
They're talking something like 83 million euros.
Yeah, come on, man.
He ain't coming Tottenham then.
But what's he done?
And he certainly ain't coming to Arsenal.
It's just like it's I don't know.
You know what it is. You know what it is. Listen, I saw him in the Champions League. I can't remember who he was playing against. Benfica. Who did they play in the? He scored in that game, but I think Benfica ended up losing that game. I can't remember. Did they play against you guys? D? Who was it that they played against? I can't remember the team. It might have been Chelsea. I think. If somebody knows, put it in the chat. But I remember watching him in that game. Yeah, he looked half decent. But the problem is yes, and people say yes, he's played in the Champions League and stuff like that and played at that level. But this is a different kettle of fish when you come into the Premier League. You really soon get to find out, bro.
It's the best league in the world.
You only got to look at Lukaku, yeah. But then saying that, you could probably say that there's some contradiction there because listen, when he was on loan to West Brom and Everton, he done pretty well for them sides. You know what I mean? But I don't know if it's about him playing in a bigger side, or the weight of the expectation.
It's definitely a weight of the big club norms,
right?
Because you saw that with Henderson when Henderson was having the best season ever as a goalkeeper. When he came to United, it's like he had butterflies all the time, flapping at balls and all that. Like, bro, come on, man. But then you have to remember, you've gone from 30,000 stadium to a 75,000 stadium, bare pressure. Yeah, and so it's not for everybody. It's like
some players just hit the floor running. Look at Diaz and Kulu this season. Yeah. And then if you go back to people like Henry, one of the best, if not the best striker ever, he did hit the ground running, nor did
say that again, please. Stop. Everybody, wait a minute. The Tottenham guy, hold on. Chile, the deep cut. If you cut his blood, you see white. Yeah, you see white blood coming out. So can you just say what you just said there about Thierry Henry? And don't, because I've got it, man. So
I said that he didn't hit the floor running. That's all I've got to say. Him or Drogba.
I wish I could rewind this back.
You know, I've got no hate for Henry, man. He's one of the greatest strikers.
Listen, I appreciate good players, regardless of what team.
Yeah, I don't care who they play for.
I appreciate good players. You know what I mean? Listen, Diego says he goes, Mane's such a brilliant player. If he does leave Liverpool, he will leave a void needing to be filled. And just sort of from what you're saying, Jay, you're thinking that he would be a bigger loss than if Salah went.
Definitely. For me, definitely.
Okay.
I'd agree with that. Salah scores a lot of goals, but so does Mane. But then Mane does so much more.
That's the thing.
His work rate is phenomenal.
Big up, man, like Craig.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yeah, man. You got your big up from Chile there, Craig, mate.
So Jay, since you're on, Jay, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
This whole.
Wait a minute. Yeah, go for it. Go on.
This whole Klopp Premier League Manager of the Season, that left a bad taste in bare people's mouth, you know, Jay. I mean, is this media bias?
No.
Listen.
No.
Not media bias.
How can you say that?
How can you get Manager of the Season for winning the League Cup when Pep won the
League Cup and FA Cup?
Listen, no. It gets better. It gets better. Won it whilst finishing second without beating any of the top 4 teams. 3 finals, 0 goals.
Preach it, sir.
And
man.
your point is, and your
3
point
finals,
is
0 points, second in the league without beating any of the
0
top 4.
But let me just check.
Media bias,
check.
Media bias.
92 points.
Jay.
92 points.
And didn't beat any of the top 4.
So we still got 92 points.
This team that is workless beat top 4.
But where were you?
We beat top 1 and drew with the top 2.
You're in the top 4. Arsenal are 5. Man, where were you?
We beat Chelsea. We beat Chelsea twice. Sir.
All right, we drew with Chelsea
she's coming
twice.
For you now. She's coming for you now.
We drew with City twice.
Right.
We drew with Brighton. We drew with Tottenham twice, and we drew with Brentford.
And we beat
like
City
I said,
twice.
you never beat any of the top 4.
But we still came second.
But you don't get anything for second.
Who remembers that?
Well, you don't get anything for 5th either.
No, you don't. No 6. But this is the reality, right?
No,
if you look
I think I'm going to take Leon's advice and cut the show. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think what it is.
I just feel there's some fraudulent behavior there. You know.
No. I think if you've
done the quad, then you've done the quad.
Even if we'd won nothing, I still say he's a people's manager. But he's a people's person. He's a manager. He held the squad together, even not the top. You know,
Sentiments FC now. Sentiments FC. Come on.
You did the scooter, you know.
I'll tell you what. Norman, she said David Moyes should have won it.
Yeah, Moyes did. Yeah. I like him.
I think he's done a fantastic job.
Just for where he dragged them up from.
To me, it's either got to be Pep or someone who's done something like what Moyes done.
Yeah.
And what? But Pep didn't. How many finals did Pep get to?
He won the Premier League.
Yeah, but how many finals did he get to?
I would get it. Listen to what I'm saying. I would get it. Listen.
We got
I'll take it again. I'll say, well done. Listen, I mean, I would love to be in all those finals, but I get it if he had won the Champions League and then they say, right, here, Klopp, here's your thing. But it's a little bit like Arsenal, yeah? We lose 3 games and then they give Arteta.
Mention Arsenal in the same breath as
what I meant now, I'm talking in context. I'm talking about in context. In other words, listen, we don't even get top 4, yeah, and they're already giving him a contract, yeah. And to make it worse, we lose 3 games in a row, and he gives him a contract. That's just mad. They announce a contract. That's ridiculous. Absolutely.
Why would they not wait till the end of the season to see what you actually achieve?
But guys, I said the same
I
thing
personally
about
think either Pep or David Moyes.
Same thing.
What David Moyes has done.
I don't think Pep.
Yeah, what Moyes done. Moyes was punching well above his weight this season.
Or even Eddie Howe.
Was in with a
Yeah, definitely.
Eddie Howe was in with a
when Eddie Howe took over,
they were in relegation.
They were in the relegation.
Yeah, but would you be saying that about Pep if Villa had beat them? Would you be saying the same thing if Villa had held on to their 2-0 lead?
Yeah,
But if Liverpool had won the league, then I would have said
that's it.
Klopp should
Exactly.
have got it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's all
David
ifs and
Moyes.
buts.
Or
It's
Moyes,
ifs and buts.
yeah.
But the problem is, it's the if. Yeah, we got a
Who
problem
votes,
with the if.
who votes for the manager of the season? Where did the votes come from?
I don't know, but you did.
Yeah,
you
they come
see
from the
who got
managers.
player of the
It comes
from
from
the
the
other managers.
I'll tell you where it comes from. I'll tell you.
The managers, Norm.
Yeah.
Is it from the managers? I
Yeah,
thought it was
yeah.
What, the
Premier
manager of the
League-
press, or is it the managers?
No, the Premier League managers vote.
Sure, it
for
wasn't
the
from the Liverpool Echo or something like that.
Yeah, probably as well. Yeah. They were probably. I think they were just tipping everybody off. Like,
No,
half of
Well,
them-
listen,
Yeah.
half of them
Diego
for you.
says, for me, Conte, the gladiator of all managers, should have got manager of the season. Look where he picked up Spurs and landed them fourth.
That's a fair comment.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Fair comment.
Oh,
I mean, I suppose it's always a hard one, but then
I'll
if,
take it.
if it's his peers, you have to remember
least it's a trophy.
that his peers voted for
Yeah,
him.
that's
It's like
it.
anything in life. If the people that are on your level all say you should be the one in charge, then so be it, innit?
Yeah.
Look
One
what
of them,
Craig
innit?
said.
Yeah.
That's spot on, man.
absolutely.
99 goals without a proven, striker, yeah.
And when that man comes
And
in
we
a
scored
Haaland
94.
But you
Without
had
a
like
proven striker.
strikers.
We
Well, we
don't
scored
have.
57, Jans. We scored 57 and we conceded 57.
I was
How
going
about
to say,
that?
yeah, but then you can see 57.
guys, can I just let you to a secret? Yeah, I after the show last week, yeah, because D didn't want to catch shame, yeah, because man said 40, he conceded 47 goals.
No, because I saw 47, no.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
no, you said,
yeah.
no,
Yeah, they're not wrong,
it's, he said 47. Yeah, and the man was arguing me.
47.
Man was arguing me on the WhatsApp. I said, "No, brother, let me just show you. You can see. I showed him the table." He said, "Oh, okay then." Right.
Because I tell you why I said that, because
He wanted to take the shame out his eyes. So that was,
no, in my mind with the zero,
yeah.
I knew that whatever we scored, we let in. So that's why we was at goal difference of zero, which is just a joke. You can't have Ronaldo.
You just thought you'd be a bit conservative and take 10 off, yeah? Is that right?
Boy, I think in the momentum of the show and the adrenaline and all that, you know what I mean? The 4 and the 5 was very blurred in my mind.
You know, Joe Cousins, when I sent him the text, he looked quite taken aback.
I was like, what? What's so much on about here? And I was like,
I had to show him, as Benitez would say, facts. Right.
or as Arsenal say, I did not
I
see.
didn't see that.
I did not see it.
And Diego says, am I Patrick
Yeah,
Vieira?
Uncle Patrick.
It was one at
Yeah.
City, Uncle Patrick, mate. Yeah, the one that
Yeah.
just kicked after that man who was trying to come
So
face with
many
him.
people wrote him off this season
Yeah,
because of the the amount of players they had to bring in to rebuild it. So it's like mad respect to him. Man's like Junior, big up yourself, my man.
I
Big up
do.
Junior.
yeah, man.
So yeah, boy. Like I say,
That's the
his-
next
his
one they
peers-
get here.
Yeah, they voted for him.
Oh, yeah, his peers voted for him. So you have to
Listen,
kind of.
man.
Allow it, don't you?
Craig,
Yeah.
please don't let me puke up in the bucket, please.
Get there with number 5.
I can't understand why they're
Hi,
giving
guys.
this guy
That's a
100
great
million.
deal.
Listen, Jay has got to. She's got
I've
to
got to
chip.
go.
Yeah,
I've got to
Yeah,
go.
listen,
Nice
Jay,
chatting
have
with you
though.
guys.
Yeah,
You
man.
too,
Jay,
Jay.
listen, I'm sure they would like. Listen, put it in the chat, everybody. Would you like
No.
to see Jay back on the show again?
End
Please,
of the
Let's have a
season.
female.
End of
yes,
the
spam
next
the chat
season.
right now. No,
She's
spam the
like
chat
all the
now.
other Liverpool supporters. You only hear
Exactly. It
about
only
her
comes
from
on for the
when
glory.
they
You know what I mean? Yeah, it only comes on for the glory. Yeah? But put in the chat if you want to see Jay coming again. She's done well. Mind you, saying that she has been on the show in the early days.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? When we,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
that's when it is rubbish. It's good now.
By the way, Chili, let's see, everybody spam the chat. What's happened there? Yeah, absolutely. They want you back, Jay. Read the chat. You're getting some love in the chat. You're getting
Thank
some
you,
love in the
guys.
chat, yeah? You're getting some love.
See,
Listen.
everyone wants you back.
So they want your back, man. They want your back, yeah?
My
They want
team.
your back. But listen, Jay,
Thanks.
I know you got to
Lord.
go.
Yeah,
We'll
Big
speak
D,
soon, yeah?
Chili.
And listen, just
Yeah.
before you go, disclaimer, can you please make sure my dinner's ready, yeah?
Yeah, listen here.
Listen.
You need to come over to a decent team, mate. Forget this.
Get out of
Arsenal
here, mate.
rubbish.
Oh,
Let him eat the dinner outside like a
Yeah.
puss.
Arsenal all day, yeah? Arsenal all day, yeah? Yeah.
Listen here.
listen,
Never
listen,
walk
Jack,
alone.
Talking about,
Before you go,
hey,
right?
listen,
Before you go-
talking about pets and pussy, yeah? My man, ended up with 180 hours of community
Oh
service.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I read it
I mean,
today.
yeah, I mean,
But to be
But
fair,
you-
what
you-
he done
you-
was
you know-
bad. But people are looking for him to lose his job
His
and
job
rah,
and
rah,
his
rah.
wife and his kids and all the rest of it. You know
well,
what I mean?
you see, Jay getting player of the live stream is Jay. There you go. Yeah.
No,
But listen,
no,
Jay,
I
before you
wouldn't
go,
do
before you go, I have to give you props, right? And this
Yeah.
is not shade, right? Because the truth is, you are right. You have to be in it to win it.
Yep.
And I think we would all like to be in that position where we are fighting on
Exactly.
all four fronts for our club. So
I'd like to be
kudos
fighting
them.
for one cup. How you mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I hear that. So
Yeah, and
So
Norman's
the
always
season will come.
knocking me. He's always knocking me because he keeps talking about Klopp and the big smile and the big hug. But your players would love to have a hug from Klopp. I'm telling you.
exactly
telling
that.
They
you.
need
Put
a
an arm
hug.
round
Yeah,
them.
innit?
Put an arm round them.
TLC.
If Leon is watching this game, I hope he doesn't put in the chat that Jay needs to run this show because I'm getting slap up tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Have a
Thank
good
you, Jay.
evening.
Good to have you,
Stay
as always.
safe. See you
All
Take
guys.
care, Jay.
Right, later. Bye, Stormy.
Right.
Right.
Unfortunately, I'm on Arsenal for life. Life sucks right now, bro. It sucks, brother. I'm telling you. Well done, Jay. You've done an excellent job. Come back again. So love is going out for Jay. But listen, let's move.
Big
quickly
up
on.
woman like Latoya from the
Yes,
He's
well,
Den.
yes. Yes, sir. That's from Chile. Big up woman like Latoya. Last week, he didn't like your writing. I think this week he likes it. Yeah, you like the writing. Yeah. and again, this is between me, Chile, and Latoya. In fact, Chile, well done, bro. You did the you done well going with this one. Innit?
Oh, so yeah.
The red cross duties and all that. You know.
That's what I am, man. I'm a hero. Not all heroes have capes, mate.
Right. Arsenal's transfer activity is slower than Granit Xhaka. Absolutely. Listen, the window opens on the 10th of June, and in Europe, it's the 1st of July. But you got teams like already, like Everton. I'm not Everton. Aston Villa. Tottenham.
Man
Listen,
City.
let's. I mean,
It's about time though, because I was just going to say, I don't know if you guys feel the same that your team always drags their feet, because I thought it was just Tottenham that are like that, but I've heard Arsenal fans have been saying it now as well.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, just Craig has said it. We're slower than Granit Xhaka.
This is the thing with us, right? And I was explaining this to my hardcore Liverpool brethren that called me before I came on. That for us to the way that the Glazers like to do these transfers is why it takes long, because they don't like to use their own money. So they go and request a bank loan. So it's just an argument's sake, the Maguire deal, that 80 odd million or whatever it was, right? Mm-hmm. They will go to the bank and request a 3-year loan deal so they can pay in installments rather than one-off. Then they have to go and alert the stock exchange in America that on this day they will pull the trigger on that, so that the dividends and stuff, when the shares spike because you've made an investment, the shares will normally spike, unless it's Harry Maguire, then they dip in it. It's one of them. So this is why everything is like in your mind. You're saying get the lawyers together. If the player's already agreed his terms and conditions, then why is it another month later? Because it's all this process. So the bank will consider, is Norman Johnson the investment that we wanted? Do we want to give them 90 million to buy Norman Johnson? Yeah, go on then. And then that gets processed. So that's why. So and they make sure that they do it. So then when it comes to 1 week before the transfer window, they announce Norman, and then they're saying, well, we ain't got enough time to sign anyone else because the window's going to close. And so it's all tactical. If they only want to spend that 80 million in that window, they drag it, and the process of getting the bank loan and then this and then alerting the stock exchange to say on this day of July we're going to make the transfer. I think they give the stock exchange 2 days notice before they trigger the player action. Yeah. So this is what we do as United, and this is what slows up all of our transfers. It's an absolute joke, but that's why we're not going to catch up if we continue doing business like that.
Just going on what Chile is saying about the reason why, and you explained as well, like with your club, and I think with Arsenal, the problem with Arsenal is that we have this problem about quibbling over 5 million here and there and whatnot. And then there's all that, we're known as Linked FC. Every single player we're linked with. It's just
that's
unreal.
us as well, though.
Gnabry, you've got players like Osimhen, I'm talking about in terms of strikers, in terms of Aaron Icky, hopefully there might be a deal happening with that, but I don't know how close it is. But knowing Arsenal, what will happen is that we'll say we're close and we're nearly there, then something will come out the blue. We're still far apart on there, because Arsenal want 2 million less for that, it's just a nonsense, and it really, really drives me nuts sometimes, because you're going and you're listening on the radio, you're going to the sites and stuff like to see what's happening, and we just take so long. Why is it that other clubs just look? Man City have done their business in terms of Haaland. Yeah,
it's just the way they're run, though. I mean, the clubs they're all run so different, and if you got an owner like what Man City have got, where that money is already set aside, then he's not going to the bank to get a bank loan to buy you Norman. The money's there, so if you want Norman, go and buy Norman. But if you buy Norman and he flops, it's on you.
Yeah.
But the money's there, so you can never go and say.
But it seems like money's no hot.
But then Man City have got a much bigger scope to have players that flop. Than Arsenal. If Man City have a player that flops, they'll just play someone else.
Yeah. And you saw that, Chile. You saw that when Pep bought 2 right backs that he no longer fancied. He just went and bought 2 more.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It was like, yo. You're just spending 50 million just like that.
Money's no object to them, and that's probably why they've got. That's probably why they've got. They've got the advantage, because whereas Arsenal, we're kind of like penny pitching. We're a rich club, but we just like to penny pitch.
But then we're exactly the same. Everyone bangs on about Levy's this genius businessman. No, he is not. No, he is not.
According to
I'll tell you what they do every single season. They'll say, I don't know, Salah. Tottenham are interested in Salah. Tottenham are going to buy Salah. We'll put a bid in of something like 70 mil, knowing full well Liverpool ain't going to sell him. Yeah. And then by then, the end of the transfer window comes, we'll go and buy some random anybody.
And then you'll come out with your statement saying, well, we did
try to get Salah.
Tried to do it to appease the fans. And it's exactly our Arsenal. It's exactly the same thing. You remember the tussle we was having last summer with Martinez, is it Martinez? Loretto Martinez from Inter Milan? Do you remember both our teams were in for him? That's when, Lukaku was, because it was either Lukaku that was leaving or Lautaro. And we was going, and we said we put in a bid, you had put in a bid. And in the end, it's kind of like, well, us fans, we're gullible. So, well, at least Arsenal put in a bid and try it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And then we go get some forward.
And like you said, Tottenham do the same thing. We were going to buy Grealish about 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, look at what money you could have got him for.
And we could have got him dirt cheap. But we were quibbling over 5 mil or something, 3 mil.
Yeah.
Pay what the guys, if you want him.
But Chile, like, this was a tweet that came out earlier from Deloitte that does the whole accounting, right? And they're talking about the club debts. It's all in euros, but you guys are 3rd behind Barcelona and Juventus in debt. They reckon that you guys are 826 million euros.
Yeah, but that's only because of the stadium. So that's all managed debt. It's not like.
But this what happens is that they use that, as in people like Levy, not to spend properly. Now you know that someone can clear that debt if they want to.
Yeah,
but they choose not to. Same as United. I mean, they're saying
like you said, they want to have that debt, so they can spread it out.
Yeah, and then the dividends check. Because you have to remember, every year the Glazers are taking, they take 20 million here, they take another 10 million here, they take another 15 million here. And you say, you just can't keep taking these dividend checks out the club when there's still a 500 million
when we're in debt.
Yeah, but that's what they do. And I'm assuming that both of your owners are doing the same thing, saying, well, you know what? The government are allowing us to laden that debt on the club. So we'll just keep finessing it, and as long as the commercial side works, and that's the thing. If the commercial side works,
I think that's a difference, though, D. With your club,
overfussed about
but D. But that's the difference with your club and say our club and Tottenham, because your club is a massive club, and so your commercial side is always going to service that debt. Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing,
So so as far as they're concerned, as long as the commercial side is as long as shirts are still being sold, as long as Cristiano Ronaldo is selling his shirts and whatever else that's linked with him, you guys are doing well. Now for Tottenham and Arsenal, I don't know if we've got the stars to do that. It's not like Harry Kane. You see loads of people running around, with a Harry Kane shirt.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And the same.
It's not even the people that you see with Man United. Go anywhere in the world, and I bet you see a Man United shirt.
And you know what? Like I've been blessed to travel a lot, and I always bring a shirt just because I do. I bring a shirt, and bear man just roll on you in the street and say, "Can I buy a shirt?" And you're like, "What?"
Look at that.
I'm wearing it, mate. Yeah. I'll follow you back to the hotel, and you're thinking, "This guy is
when they take
serious."
the shirt off your back. What's the matter with you?
He would have followed me back to the hotel so I could get another top and give him the shirt, and I've got my name printed on it or whatever. He still wants it. And I think that is mad because he's saying that if they're hard to get or they're super expensive in that country or whatever, and they're just all over the Caribbean, people say, "Oh, can I buy the shirt off you?"
Yeah,
and I'll be like,
"But then I get that as well." To be fair, so
it's funny, and you have to respect it though, because because that's quite a bold thing to do. Walk up to a total stranger and ask him for his football shirt, because then you can say to your friends, "I got a Man United shirt," and it's legit as well. Because obviously there's a lot of knockoff stuff that goes on. So when he's seeing that's got the club thing on it and all that, it's like, "Oh yeah, you're legit." And some of them I've got the badge on as well from when we won Premier Leagues and all that. I've got the Premier League badge on there, and he's got, you got all the badges on your sleeves, and I'm thinking the man's proper judging me. That means they're probably following me around this market, waiting to mug me off as soon as I come out the market, like, So
But I mean, with all that aside, though, I mean, Diego says here that Spurs, are seriously making moves now in the transfer window, and Manchester United and Arsenal need to catch up.
It's worrying.
And would you agree with that now? Do you think, Chili, that Spurs have kind of started to look serious now in terms of backing Conte with that cash injection? Obviously, yes, D said you got an £800 million debt, but that's because obviously the stadium. I think it's kind of euros. Sorry, but I'm sure that the stadium cost a bit more than that. I thought it was like near the £1 billion mark or whatever.
£1 billion.
Yeah, but then I don't know if that's because you have paid off some, and that's what we
paid some off in it. Where we're going to pay.
You look at Barcelona. Let's say Barcelona are 1.3 billion euros in debt.
And they haven't done nothing but buy players.
Buy players, exactly.
Yeah. But didn't they take out a loan, though? Didn't they take out a loan?
They probably did.
I heard they took out a loan. I'm sure they took out a loan.
The thing is, someone will loan them another $500 million soon. Do you know?
Yeah, I mean? Exactly.
Yeah. But the thing is, just talking about Barcelona with regards to their debt and everything, and obviously Frankie De Jong is linked with your club, D.
Well,
1 minute's on, 1 minute's off. Minute, he's saying that he doesn't want to leave.
He doesn't want to come. So this is my thing, and we say this all the time on here, right? If a player don't want to come, stop chasing him, because it will just end in tears. He'll come, he won't produce, and then everyone will turn on him. But then the truth is, he said from day one, this is my dream club. I'm at my dream club. But because they're in the hole financially, they'll probably turn around saying, "Yeah, listen, man, I think we might have to let you go, to generate some money. And Man United will pay top dollar for you." You force him out, he's going to come with resentment, and he's not going to perform. And then like with Harry, that price tag becomes a noose around his neck, and the fans go after him. So for me, I'm like, just stop chasing him. He said it more than once. He's at his dream club, and we still keep pursuing.
Well, I mean, Fabrizio obviously it's come out again in the tweet now. Now that I've joined Twitter now, so I can obviously see what's happening, in kind of real time sort of thing.
I didn't think you like Twitter.
Well, I was saying it earlier in the show. I've decided to jump on the bandwagon, but I think I'll probably do more read only as opposed to write. You know what I mean? Because as you said, it can be a bit of a toxic place. You know what I'm saying?
This is what Frankie said. He said, "I prefer to stay at Barca. I said this before. Barcelona is the club of my dreams. Of course, I heard about the links with Manchester United, but the people in charge at Barca did not tell me anything." That's what Frankie's saying to the press.
But both your clubs right now are in conversation right now.
Yes.
So
the thing is, you don't want to come.
But
what D's saying is, why are United still talking to Barca when the man said that he doesn't want to come?
Well, and this is the problem and the frustration for the fans, because you're going to have this long drawn out saga.
Yeah, exactly. Back and forth.
Because if you're talking Barcelona need the money. That's why they're probably sending De Jong. He's a
Yeah,
good player.
yeah,
I'd have him at
yeah.
my club. I'm sure Chile would have him at his club. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
The guy came from Ajax.
That's what you got to look at. Is that he's saying that Barca haven't said anything to him, yet Barcelona are discussing him. So there's the disrespect straight away. That I'm a Barca player. You're discussing me with Man United, and
And you
nobody
ain't
from
said
the board
nothing
that
to
said
me.
to me.
And he said he's happy
Frankie,
at Barcelona.
listen,
He's just bought a gaff and whatever. So he's kind of making a point that I don't want to leave.
And
Yeah,
if he's
I don't
married
wanna
with
go
kids, Norm, and he drags his missus to Manchester, rainy Manchester, kicking and screaming, he's not going to perform because every time he goes on from training, she's going to be in his face saying, "Look at that, it's raining again. Why did you come here? We was in the sunshine of Barcelona." No, Norm, it's serious, you know.
No, it's
And
true
then,
though.
then the
It's
wives
true.
get to their heads,
Yeah.
and then they don't perform. Then he's got 70,000 Man United fans on his back.
And blaming him because of the big price tag that he had nothing to do with.
Exactly,
Yeah.
And it's just a vicious circle that we tend to do. So many times we have players come and their families don't want to be here. And the families are just in their heads, and you see them performing. You think, what's going on? It's home. That's what's going on.
And
It's crap for them.
You've
and they
also
can't
been given it. You've also been given a. I don't know what your exact budget was. I heard something like 100 and something million, 150 million budget.
Yeah, and he has to shed to spend any more.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, to kind of spend that sort of money, 83 million euros, which would probably equate to about 70 odd million pounds. I mean, that's a big chunk
one player,
of your one player, and you need areas.
We need the whole spine, Norm.
Yeah, I think you're linked with that player from where's the club? I think you guys are linked with him as well, Chile. But Banasaurus or something.
Oh, Bastoni
or something. I can't
remember. I want to get
defender.
him.
And I know, because I know you guys. Obviously, your defense, Big D, that you want to sort of upgrade that. So I don't know how, and I think they're talking around about the 50 odd million pound mark for that guy. So I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, you've got lots of areas to improve, and you're going to need to sell as well to make up your transfer budget as well.
But this is the problem.
Hey, let me ask you something. Did you have to give Wreck-It Ralph any money?
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure that he actually signed the. Remember, no one actually said the consultancy of what.
Yeah, they just said he was going upstairs.
Yeah, so there was always a lack of commitment when you wasn't going to tell us what his job was going to be. That's why when they said it, I thought, now they're mugging the fans off again with this one. Because what you should have done was saying, Darren, we love you, mate. You know what, Darren? Come and be an ambassador. We're stripping you off that role. Ralph's having it. But they never had the balls to strip Darren Fletcher, who don't do anything in football. He's the cone man. And the best man. Hiding out the
cold man and the best man.
Yeah, the yellow vest and putting the cones out in training.
The jerky.
Yeah, the jerky. Right.
That old saga, D. That old saga with Ragnick. I mean,
bro. I love Ragnick,
it's beyond a joke. I mean, the way it's been handled.
I actually love what he done.
Yeah. The question is
fraudulent club.
But that's probably what
the lazy players.
Another Man United guy was saying that's why they got rid of him, because they didn't like the way he talked. He talked too freely. And
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because you have to remember,
and that's what these football clubs need.
And that's what I liked about Ralph, that he came and he saw and he said, "This is a train crash." And apparently his dossier was so thick that managed a forklift truck to get out of Old Trafford, because he'd just been typing away and writing and suggestions and players.
It wasn't a mutual agreement that he left.
No, I don't.
You can't. In one voice, you can't be saying, right, I'm going to manage the Austria club, and then say I'm going to be doing 1 day a week with thingy. That all seemed to be cemented kind of thing. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden
and then
Ten Hag was asked in the press conference.
Remember the press conference? Remember what he said?
Yeah, and I thought that was telling. Yeah,
this is what he said, Chile.
What did he say? What was the exact quotes? We don't want to misquote.
They said, basically, it said something like, so basically, you've spoken to Ralph and Ralph's consultancy, and he said, that's not me, that's on the club. So straight away, he distanced himself from Ralph.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he distanced himself from Ralph. Now, so that tells me that him and Ralph didn't even talk. He said, listen, I have people in my ear, and the people that I listen to, well, but he's very stubborn as well, Ten Hag. And you'll see this next season where we'll be screaming for a substitute and he won't make it. He'll say, "You three got to deliver."
You think the fans will? You see, this is the problem
That
because
sort of manager only goes so far. Look at Leeds. What's his name?
Bielsa. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll only get you so far. As soon as times start going bad, you've got to have a plan B, C, and D, man.
And this is the worry, this whole managerial thing and the taking on Man United. I said it in a few podcast streams ago that is this a poison chalice because with Ten Hag taking over this, and there was also this talk of when Rangnick did come and this famous duo were going to come together and was going to change the whole ethos and culture and the playing style of Man United. Now, part of that now is gone now. So, what was all of that noise? What was all of that noise about?
Because this is what the fans want. This is not what the power players want. So, the Richard Arnold's, the Murtaugh, Fletcher, these guys didn't want to hand over the footballing power. So they'll turn around and say, we're going to back Ten Hag. I guarantee you, Ten Hag has got a get out of jail clause in that contract. If it hits the fan, he's out of there, bro. He's not going to let United tarnish his reputation. He'll just turn around and say, listen, everything the club promised me, they never delivered, so it's time to move on. And he'll walk. And he'll walk with a load of money as well. He's probably had that written in that even if you don't fire me and I quit, you still got to pay me my contract.
Hang on a sec. Talking about getting out of contracts and clauses, is Ronaldo playing in the Europa League, D?
Well, that's the one, isn't it? That's the magic question there, Chili. Because I actually don't see it.
Broke up the man's legacy, man.
Exactly, we have. And the thing is, he should have done his due diligence before he came back to United. Because this is my thing, right? There was rumors that he wanted Ollie gone when he came back, right? After like the first month of training.
Did they play together?
I think they did, mate. For a little while, maybe a season.
I think, probably
maybe one season or two,
Yeah.
But apparently, Fergie tugged him and told him he got to pipe it down and let Ollie be Ollie. But after 1 month of training, he said he didn't know what he's doing. Yeah. So he's making noise to say that you got to fire this guy. If I'm here as the main man,
what an indictment, man.
As a striker, you got to get rid. And allegedly Ferguson tugged him and said, just like how Ferguson tugged him and said, "You're not going to City." He tugged him and said, "You're not firing Ronaldo."
And that's it down, son. And that's why some of the players turned against
Ronaldo because you have to remember the Ollie favourites. These are the guys that have all underperformed since Ollie's gone, as in Maguire, Bruno, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw. All these guys that picked themselves under Ollie. These are the guys that all took a nosedive once he left, because there's no hiding place now. And you have to remember, when we did the whole interim of the interim, when Ralph came in and Ralph started training them and making them come back for the second session under the floodlights at night, they all start getting their feelings because they're supposed to be taking their kids to go paintballing or whatever they're supposed to be doing and Pizza Hut and all the rest of it, right? He's having them training in the rain under the floodlights. We did 34 minutes of the Gergen press. That was it. They down tools on him after 35 minutes of that. So it tells you everything about them players. One, they're spineless, they're coward, and Ralph had no power.
All right, so with Rangnick, Ten Hag, keep getting them. With Ten Hag coming in now, he looks like he's stubborn, he's a no-nonsense man. He said that the style of football that he wants aggressive, fast-playing football, pressing football. Is it going to be the same rinse and repeat, D? Is it going to be the same thing? Because, mate, I think I understand you've got to get these players out, and it looks like the exodus is happening at Man U with regards to Pogba going. Obviously, you got not Greenwood, Lingard going as well. These two are definitely gone, and then obviously Matic and
Lingard West Ham last season. I don't know what he's doing at United still.
Yeah, that would be interesting because he's on a free now, isn't he? So
Ollie mugged him off.
Well, told him to come back and stay.
And same as Eric Bailly. He told Eric to sign a new contract. I'm going to play you because these guys won't stay fit. He didn't play him. And then when he played him, I remember he played Eric Bailly 3 games on the trot. This guy tore the place up. The moment what's name said, yeah, I'm good to go, Gaffer, he got benched again. So no matter how well he played, he was never going to get a run. Never going to get a run. Never going to get a run in that team. And
you
so
can't do that, man. You know what I mean?
I look at the Pogba thing. This is Diego. I look at the Pogba thing. Right? Pogba had to go. We brought Pogba, 1 as a luxury player, 2 as a commercial beast. Let's not kid ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And we never put players around him. We brought square players and trying to put them in round holes. So not only did he not deliver, but we never came correct for him either.
Yeah.
It worked both ways.
And the press. I mean, Graham Souness and the press and everybody else. Listen, as I said, I think the guy was I think you said it, D. He was in another country, mate. And when they lost, they still blamed it on him. Or he's in hospital or something.
In another country, in hospital,
that's it.
Taking a selfie on Twitter with his leg up in the cast where people are coming and signed it. And my God still brought him up in the studio. Well, it's got to be on Pogba, really. Is he really injured? Bro, did you not look on Twitter? Man's in the hospital with a leg in a cast up in the air, where he's bridging the come and signed his best.
Listen, I think I don't see Pogba coming back.
He should have come back, Norm.
I don't think I see him coming back to the country. I mean, and be interesting because Craig is asking the other question is D, just quickly, if he does or not, if he does, he is going. Will that leave?
Gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
Will he leave? Will it leave? A hole in the middle in terms of with injuries coming. Will it leave Man United thin in the middle of the park? And obviously, the other question Craig is saying is, where's he going to? Juve or possibly PSG?
Does he go back to PSG?
I think Juve looks like that's the likely destination.
Does he go back to PSG?
Yeah.
If he goes back to PSG, he goes for the money.
Right.
And if the United thing was about the money, why they say he never signed the contract because it was way below his expectations, then for me, I say best of luck to him. Go and play in the team that will surround you with the right players, and then we'll see. Because if he goes to a team that is well balanced and allows him that free creative role, and he still doesn't perform, then I think the injuries have taken his toll on him, and he's not the Pogba that everyone thinks he is. But then if he goes to a World Cup and blows up with France in that loaded team, then it's like, you know what, you're playing with this lot. We expect you to do what you're doing. I just don't think we ever put the right midfield around him for him to be effective. And then he just got lazy because, like I said a few weeks ago, what game was it when he took the bad tackle and he was limping about, and then
they booed him.
Yeah, get me out of here. If we
was that Norwich?
Yeah, it might have been. Was it Norwich?
The Norwich game. Was it the Norwich game?
No, it wasn't Norwich. It was you lot. Not you lot. Liverpool.
Was it Liverpool? But there was another game where he went off injured. Where he went off injured and they were booing him.
Yeah, and this is
another game as well. Yeah, there was another.
This is the thing, Norman, and I said it a few weeks ago that if we in that game, if we're still in the hunt for the title and in one of them cups, Pogba will look over to Ralph.
Normal always says I'm kicking him.
And he turn around and he would say to Ralph, I'm going to try and run it off. Give me 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, if he couldn't run it off, he'd come off. But straight away, he was like, get me out of here. I'm done. Get me out of here. He wanted no part of getting spanked by Liverpool. So, yes, he took a bad tackle, but was he as injured as he said he was? And then you just saw him not come back for the rest of the season. He used that injury to say, right, I'm saving myself for my new team. I'm going to go to Dubai, do some warm weather training in Dubai, and then just phase out the season. And that's what he done. And he was allowed to do that. So he didn't even get a farewell because a lot of people say he didn't deserve one. He hadn't delivered enough.
And this other question, and it seems like Diego's probably reading my script. Like when Rangnick started to call out people and got shown the door by the power and board and player power, and asked that question in our script in terms of, do you think it was the reason why he ended up being shown the door because he was just chatting too much? As they would say, chat too much.
There was a time in an interview when he was asked about both Fletcher and I was calling the man that wear the shorts, Mike Phelan, and he said, I don't know what either of these guys do. I'm like, what do you mean? They work with you every day. What do you mean you don't know what they do? So he's telling them that like these guys are around in their tracksuits.
Yeah,
but
you
the
don't know what
actual
they do.
roles, I don't know what they're doing. They're just here because I'm just talking to Norman. And me and Norman are picking the team, me and Norman are taking the training. What these two do, they're putting out cones, they're tapping guys on the back, they're rubbing guys' hairs and escorting them to the shower and all that. You'd be like, what do you two actually do, bro? They're dodgy norms, honestly. It's like, what do you actually do? And I remember we had when I was playing semi-pro ball, we had a guy like that. He was just there, and I remember players said to me, "Dude, what does he do?" I said, "I don't know, but he likes to hang around the showers and all that kind of stuff. So you tell me what he does." And it's like every club has this guy that just is there. It's almost like, yeah, he was a good servant, or he's one of the boys. Give him an ambassador role and get them away from the training field. And this is what I don't like and what I'm seeing now, that they're going to leave Ralph to hang. And if Ralph don't get the money or we can't shift these players, we're still going to be in the same position as this year now.
Another question
with a better manager.
Just another question here from Junior. It goes, hey guys, do you think Harry Kane will go to Liverpool? Big talk going on about this in the media. This one to you, Chili.
No, they can't afford him. I keep saying it.
Yeah, they can't afford him. Yeah, it's true.
You know what it is with Liverpool? Because I think, because obviously now that, City have got in Haaland, yeah, they want that kind of, that target man. That marquee player, that target man. And that's why I suppose they've been linked with that Darwin Núñez as well. As well, because obviously Man United want him. But I know D was saying he's got reservation in terms of the price. So, and I suppose that's the question that Junior was answering. What do you think, Chili? You're saying it's too. You're just.
I don't think that. I don't even know if he'd fit in at Liverpool because the way they play, they're all about pace, man, and he hasn't got that pace. He's
about dropping deep and getting the ball and being more creative, isn't he? And how he gets his goals, he gets his goals. He's almost like he's become a creator for Song. He's very good at that as well. So
I believe CR7's eldest son and Rooney's son are doing very well in the Man U Youth Academy. Maybe that's why CR7 is favour to stay at Man U as well.
Yeah, just keep an eye on his boy, which is fair enough. You know what I mean? And then you got Darren Fletcher's like over at Man City.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. Pogba to Chelsea. Because obviously we don't know Pogba to Chelsea. I don't think he will stay in England.
That's money.
Yeah.
No, because the press don't like him. Yeah. He'd be a fool to stay here.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, he's just going to get hounded by the press, whether he plays well or he doesn't play well.
Yeah.
And you look at his best season was the season that he fell out with Mourinho when him and Zlatan were tearing it up. And we won the Europa.
Yeah.
That's his best season.
I remember the training ground. The bus stop and the cameras and the mics picking up their conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why Emery's got a laughing emoji.
That was his best season.
I wonder what that is about.
That was his best. Yes, Anne, what are you saying?
Yeah, I don't know why she's laughing. She'll probably have to put that in the chat. Maybe I'm laughing at something that was said earlier on. But maybe Chili's saying that they're going to win the league one day. All right, Chili, here's a question for you. Chili, thoughts on Perisic signing just from Craig?
Yeah, I'm happy with that, man. He's a proven proper baller. I know he's 33 and that, but 33 isn't like 33 of 20 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think they want to deploy him
like 42 now, in it still 42.
and that's the thing. If these guys live clean, stay off the weed and the alcohol, these guys can play. Look at Maldini and all them mans.
Yeah,
them mans live clean and played long. Yeah. I know he was a defender, so it's a little easier.
Yeah, it was a bit easier, but
and he read the game so well. But prime Maldini, what did he play to? 39, 40?
Something like that. Yeah,
that, you know what I'm saying? So it can be done, man.
I mean, I'm well happy. I think that not just because we've got him for what he's going to do on the pitch, but Sessegnon's going to be learning from such a brilliant player. So.
Yeah. No, listen, you're getting the right mix, and so you've got him on a free. He's happy to play under under Conte, and you know he's won titles back Bayern Munich at Inter Milan. You know, so he's got a few. You know,
you'll probably win one at Tottenham next season.
Say that again.
You'll probably win one at Tottenham next season.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I love your optimism, man, boy. I love that.
We'll see. Well, Junior saying is agreeing with well,
and it was on the Freemans, and there's talk between some people are saying 75 grand a week, others are saying just over 100.
Yeah,
some Daily Mail or something said 180. Definitely ain't on 180.
Right,
I think he's on around 100 grand a week.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Liverpool should go for Son, I reckon, to replace Mane. Yeah, I think that would be
again. Go see the reply I gave for Kane. They can't afford him.
Can't afford it. Yeah, can't afford him. No.
But
and he wants big wages as well. If he moves, he wants big wages because he's delivered.
For us to sell Son, someone would have to come in with over 120 mil, I think, and probably not a Premiership team. Because we've got the clout now. Whereas before, Man U would just come and take our players willy-nilly. They can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Mind you, I suppose most of the Premiership's like that now with the TV money.
The team's got money now. It's not easy. Before, like I say, in the middle of Fergie's reign, Fergie was just cherry picking players. Literally. Yeah. End of season.
Berbatov meant to be going City.
Yeah, just took him. Just took Dematai, boy. That's like Dematai.
Oh, hang on.
What does he ask?
Right, yeah. Listen, mate. Listen, that's going to be interesting. That will be interesting. Root calls. Am I looking forward to watching it? Probably. Listen, I don't know. They'll probably edit it so much they'll just put in all the good parts and take out all the worst parts. You know what I'm saying? But we'll wait and see. I don't know exactly when it's coming out. I don't know if anybody's got any updates on that as to when it's finally going to be released. But that will be definitely an interesting watch. Definitely an interesting watch. But yeah, I mean, we've kind of covered pretty much the Ragnick leaving, and also we've talked about our transfer business and Chile. You know, he's spoken about Perisic, a good buy, and they've pretty much started their transfer business early in terms of getting in the player. For Arsenal, as I said, we're linked with every single player you can think of right now, and I think for us, in terms of the positions that we need, we definitely need at least. It looks like Nketiah is going to end up signing a new deal, 100 million.
If he got the sense, he'll sign it, Norm.
Well, he looks like he is.
No one in the world paying him that money.
Why on earth Arteta thinks that this is going to get us up the table? I have no idea. We're linked with obviously Gabriel Jesus from Man City. Obviously,
would you take him, Norm?
I would take him, but I think we need another different type of player. I'm not saying that Gabriel is similar to Gabriel can play right across the front. Yeah, he probably play as a wide forward like he plays for Man City. Yeah, I mean he came good towards the end of the season. I think in all competitions, I think he's got something like 10 or 11 goals. Scored five in the Premier League, but then obviously he was coming off the bench and wasn't played much. But he's definitely 100% an upgrade on Nketiah. But it looks like if Nketiah signs that, Gabriel Jesus.
Oh, okay,
definitely an upgrade. But for me, for us to get to that next level, we're not going to be able to go to the likes of let's say Arrows and buy the kind of players that the likes of Man City and Liverpool and Chelsea. I won't bring Tottenham into that. They'll probably be buying at Tesco and we'll be buying at
we've got Paratiki. We're shopping in the big supermarkets now. Waitrose, mate.
Okay, Waitrose City, yeah.
Listen, I've got to run. I don't know if you heard, but people came up, so I'm gonna have to run.
Yeah. Listen, we're actually coming down to the end of the show, but listen, Chile, thanks a lot, bro.
My respect, bro.
And and hopefully next week we will be continuing with the conversation. We will be obviously looking at and reviewing.
We'll be talking about the latest player that Tottenham's just bought.
Who's that?
Well, we'll find out next week. Don't worry.
Okay,
Probably what's his name? Who was the guy that was with Lukaku? Martinez or something?
Yeah, Lautaro.
Yeah.
So is that your next guy? Yeah.
No, Bastoni next, and then who's the guy for Frankfurt who plays on the...
Man is just going into the way towards and just taking up everything. Yeah, you're not even putting it in the basket. So Bastoni,
Koskic or something. He plays.
So. Yeah, I mean,
Frankfurt.
I leave you to I leave you to deal with your finger, because right now I'm looking at my team. So you need to come next week and tell me what kind of business, how you fared, and how this will affect your team going forward. So yeah, definitely we will be looking at that. And yeah, so we obviously there's going to be stuff that's going to come up in terms of news and stuff like that. So depending on how the show goes, it primarily be talking about transfers and stuff like that. But I'm sure there's going to be stuff that comes up, no doubts, and whispers coming out of all the clubs and that. So we'll have something to talk about. So yeah, definitely. We look forward to having you back next week, Chili. And listen, enjoy the rest of your evening. We are coming down.
You too, gents. Catch up next week.
Yeah, we are coming down.
Chili, nice one.
Yeah, I just messed up my light there. Yeah, we are coming down. So we just want to finish reading some of the comments in the box there. So let's go ahead. Yeah, so that's the all or nothing one. Oh yeah, Craig said this one here. Saka or Martinelli will go to Liverpool. They're the kind of and that is the thing, Craig. The thing with Saka or Martinelli, they've got around about 2 years or so left on their contract. Saka definitely. Now the problem is if we don't win anything or show any kind of improvement, moving forward in the next 2 years, then Saka ain't gonna sit down and start thinking about because he's gonna be looking across the waters and thinking, bro, these guys are winning things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're the kind of you could see Klopp taking these players and improving them to the next level.
And they want to start for England as well, Norm.
Exactly. Exactly for Saka, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely.
They want to start for England, so
yeah.
It's Norm. I'm seeing this thing on Twitter now. I don't know this guy. It's saying Dilden, Man United have appointed Andy O'Boyle as their new deputy football director. He will leave his current role as head of elite performance at the Premier League. I don't even know who this guy is. Maybe that's shame on me for not knowing who he is, but I'm just like,
this is just being tweeted out.
Earlier on, it was
early on. Okay,
and I snapshot it,
right?
Just to ask you, what I mean, I was just going through my photos that I snapshot because I'm like, I didn't even have time to Google him because I was running proper late when I come on, but I just thought, who's he?
I'm going to be honest. I have no idea.
He was working as head of elite performances at the Premier League. So he had a Premier League job. He's left it to come to United. That means United are paying more than the Premier League.
Yeah,
that once.
Yep.
And it's a deputy football director.
So he's coming in as a deputy football director?
Yeah. So
to who?
I'm thinking Fletcher.
So Fletcher now is going to be the director of football.
That's right. Well, if it's not Fletcher, it's Murta. So I don't even know. I'm right confused there.
Listen, what I would suggest you do, man, is do some digging.
I've got to do some digging,
do some research. Find out exactly.
They're saying this is a done deal. This guy is coming to be the deputy football director at Man United.
Wow.
And I'm like, and he's leaving his Premier League role. That means United is paying more than the Premier League.
Of course, they're paying him.
Can you imagine that?
But I'll just say, the worry is for you, as you said, this whole thing with Frankie de Jong, this is going to roll on, and that is the problem, because every day, in the press, in transfer dailies, whatever it is, they're going to constantly be talking about this guy. You're going to be, is he coming? Annoyed. Is he going? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And yes, both sides are talking, and what's going to happen basically is you're going to be focused on this one guy and then miss out on transfer targets and stuff like that. And are they going to put all their eggs in one basket, or who's sorting this out? Is it Fletcher, the director of football? Who's your man that's sorting out the transfer business?
We did this with Sancho,
right?
Only for Oli to bench him. You chase a man for 2 years. Now, to be fair, Sancho wanted to come to United. To be fair, but you chased him, whatever, 70 million, whatever it was, and benched him. So I'm sure that Frank is saying to his people, if I go to Old Trafford, I'm starting every week. So you tell the coach that, you tell whoever wants to buy me, I'm not coming to sit on the bench like what you did with Donny. Because I'm telling you now, he's spoken to Donny. Now Donny's coming back. Now people are saying that Donny will start under Ten Hag. I don't think there's any guarantees there because he hasn't played enough football. So if he starts and he doesn't do well, he'll get crucified. So, like I say, a player that keeps telling us that I'm happy where I am, leave me alone, and we're still chasing. That's a real red flag for me, man. But then, like you said earlier, Barcelona need the money. So maybe he's a casualty of war in Barcelona's war. Sorry, guy. Like, I know this is your dream club, your child, whatever, your dream club, but we need the money. Man United want to pay the money.
And are you going to want an unhappy player?
No.
You
You have to remember,
he's come out publicly. He's come out publicly, interviewed, on TV, and
it's
said,
never worked for us, Norm. Like when Di Maria wanted to go, we held on to him. He just dips. Pogba wanted to go, we held on to him. He dipped. Cavani wanted to go, we held on to him. He dipped. Lingard wanted to go, we held on to him. It's a horrible pattern that we keep doing.
You're seeing a pattern there,
We have to stop this and say, no. You're not. Listen, once a player is airing that out in public that he doesn't want to be here or a part of the rebuild of the project, do not go after him. That's just me. But money men, when you got the money men controlling the club rather than football people, you're buying because you think Frankie can sell shirts. You know the ones.
Yeah. That's probably what it is.
We don't need any more commercial signings. Like I said to you last week, go and get Bazuma. Go and get Tariq Lamptey at right back. There's players we can get. Yeah,
I mean Basuma. I mean, great player. I mean, the way he dealt with you guys.
Telling you,
He bossed that midfield. But the only problem that's hanging over Basuma's head is the situation.
Off the field stuff again.
So that's probably why a lot of clubs haven't really because Arsenal. I mean, I don't know if he's an Arsenal supporter, but we was linked with him last summer and the summer before.
What has he allegedly done? Because I haven't really kept up with that story.
If my memory serves me right, something happened in a nightclub or something in Brighton, and he was alleged to have. I don't know if it was on the level of the player from Man City. What's the guy? I don't know if it's at that level.
Right.
But I don't want to say too much to get myself in trouble. But he was arrested, but then him and his mate released on bail. But
so
I don't know any more than that.
In a young entanglement, maybe.
Possibly, but at the moment, I mean, the difference with him, because I'm thinking, well, he's playing. Whereas with the Mendy situation, with the Mendy situation, a root cause is coming in there to say, I mean, that's the situation. Yeah.
But then same as Mason.
Mendy was
situation, Norm.
Yeah.
Same thing, and they're talking about that's all going to get thrown out, and because he's under contract at United, he'll be allowed to come back. How's that going to work?
Listen,
when the whole team unfollowed him on social media, apparently the whole team dissed him, and then you're going to come back in the camp and do what?
Listen, I'm telling you now, mate. I don't know how everything's going to pan out at Man United this season. There's a lot of work for Ten Hag to do. With the culture of the club, with those people that he needs to get out and root out of the club. The culture there at the moment is terrible. And he's got his work cut out there. I mean, obviously, his focus is obviously to get that team playing on the field, and there's a lot of work to be done. And
actually being coached as well. I think this probably will be the first time they've been coached since Louis van Gaal. So you look at that and say, I expect to see a difference, even with some of the ones that he ain't be able to get rid of. But we're so far behind Liverpool and Man City that boy, that's some major surgery, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and I think with you know you're gonna have to be patient.
Yeah,
Your
for
fans are
sure.
gonna have to be patient. I thought they would have been.
And we're
I
not.
thought they would have been patient with Ragnick. You got some fans calling him out and other fans defending him. You know, I don't know
But
whether
he
this whole
wasn't back by the
situation is
club
going
though,
to
Norm.
repeat itself with Ten Hag.
Yeah, I think just say if they had backed him in the January transfer window and got him a CDM, I think that current players would have looked at him and thought, well, you know what? I think this guy's here to stay when he goes upstairs because they've given him money to buy a CDM and to try and lock down. Because I think we get a CDM, we may have locked down a top four just because you got just a better defense with a CDM there. And then remember he told Lingard he could go, and then the ball blocked it. And then Lingard threw his head out the car and started chatting and leaking. So all these things went against Ralph. And then these guys decided that we're not doing a Gherkin press. 35 minutes in, they quit because they weren't fit enough physically or mentally to play that system, which is just a tells you everything.
But you know what's going to happen, D? Like with all players, what tends to happen is that when a new manager comes in, they want to impress. So for the first couple of games, they're going to be doing the business.
No.
They did it under Ragnick. They're going to do it under Ten Hag. But the problem
you have to remember that even though he never trained them, he turned up at Crystal Palace and they knew he was in the stands and they didn't perform.
They still didn't perform.
And which
is very worrying.
Yeah, very worrying.
Which is very worrying. I know that was a concern to you, with regards to that. I saw his face. He was not impressed. He was
it's
not
like
impressed.
anything, Norm. We've both done it as musicians. We've auditioned for stuff.
Yep.
Right. The singer comes in and man, just this is one of my tracks. Just play over it. Let me hear you.
Yeah.
And you there start fumbling and dropping your sticks and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you didn't know that, me and D are both musicians, so we you know.
And so over the years we've auditioned and we've been a bit nervous, but we've got on with it.
Yeah.
But these guys, they weren't even nervous. They just didn't care that he was sat in the stands at Crystal Palace, and none of them performed apart from the goalie. And you just think, wow, he's here, and we're still thinking the joint up.
Yeah.
We had one job to do: impress the man on the last game of the season, and get our Europa League.
I like the analogy you use because, like, especially if we get a serious artist that comes, and they got reputation, and they just say, just lock down this track for me, lock it down because they don't want you doing all the frills. Just hold it, do the simple things, because sometimes with musicians, sorry guys, but with musicians we want to throw in all the frills, throw out the song. And the man said, I only asked you to do this, and you're doing this. And you would have locked that gig down. Brilliant. Lovely jubbly. Here's your money.
I had this twice at St. Lucia Jazz, where I put a band together for two separate American artists. A young lady that won the Sunday Best, and another gospel artist that came into the jazz as well. And they just sent their tracks up. And then after 2 rehearsals, they were like, yo, you guys want to come and record in America with us? And I'd be like, what? I said, nah, Bishop ain't letting that whole band go. You got no chance. And they were like, oh, no, we'll talk to him. But then I was impressed then that we, as a band, got into our heads that this stranger's coming. And they're going to come the week before the gig, 3 rehearsals for Max, and we got knocked out of the park because people are paying their big money to see this show. So when you see this man at Sellers Park, and you say, yo, the boss is here,
he's here.
And yo, man, sync up the joint in front of the new boss.
That
was proper red flag for me. I was worried, bro.
And the joke about it, D, you knew it within yourself. And I think when you look at the way Man United have performed over the season, I don't think you expected less. So people will say that they're going to go to Crystal Palace and lose that game. And there's a good chance that if West Ham go and perform at Brighton, they end up in the Conference League. It's only Brighton that saved your butts. That's
what I'm saying. You have to rely on Brighton to come off the beach because they was on the beach. Remember?
Put down the rock.
And do us a favor.
Put down the Brighton rock and come off the beach and beat West Ham.
So for me, every Man United player should have called their counterpart at Brighton and said, "Listen, this week I'm giving you my week's wages because you got me out of a sticky patch here. So I'm on 120 a week. Give me your bank details. I'm gonna put 120 in your account because now we're in Europa instead of this conference league.
Yeah.
And no, embarrassing. Bro.
If just quickly because we are coming down. If Ten Hag sorts it out, and that's your wish and hope that if he does sort it out, will it be us? Well, I don't know for Arteta, but in terms of the Champions League, I mean, I don't know who's going to be in there. But do you see yourself as having a good chance to win the Champions League, to get yourself back into Europe? Is that the only route that you feel is going to be, the most likely? And I suppose it will be the same as well for Arsenal as well, because I can't see with the teams that we've got to overtake and with the spending that's going on. You only got to, I think it was Diego that might have mentioned it about Newcastle coming in. Yeah, it's right in front of me. I'm looking at it right in front of me. And you say that these guys are obviously got serious backing. They are going to spend.
Same as Villa,
Yeah. Well, Villa right now they've already bought 2 players.
And so this is my thing now. If he doesn't get backed properly and he can't shift the players that he needs to shift because of their wages, we could be in this position again. I was saying that your deal might be done.
Yeah, Craig.
Done.
Hopefully, if that is the case, I'm not going to get too happy. But listen, if it's nearly done and he's decided, because he's obviously his agents have been talking with Edu. I personally, I still feel that we need another striker. I can't listen. He's an upgrade on Nketiah. You got Balogun coming back from Middlesbrough. So he's going to obviously have to fight for his place. I just feel we still need another proven striker. We've been linked with what's his name from Roma, Tammy Abrahams, who's done really well there. It's a different kind of striker.
Is he on loan?
No, he was bought.
They bought him.
I'm sure they bought him. Yeah,
you know what? He is a Mourinho type striker. Yeah, I'll be shocked if Mourinho lets him go.
The way we play, and Craig can agree with this, and the Arsenal guys that are in the chat, the way we play, we whip balls into the thing.
Right.
We ain't got big players. Yeah.
Someone like that would suit you. Tammy would suit you.
Yeah, Tammy would suit us. Maybe even Ivan Toney from Brentford. Yeah, brilliant in the air, can hold up the ball. And I think we should get.
I spoke about him the other week, saying that
I think you said some you take him.
Take him as a backup.
Someone that's something that, for me personally speaking, and you probably would agree with me. I would to kind of get us, whether that would get us enough to make it into top 4. We might do better in Europa, but to get us into top 4, could someone like an Ivan Toney and Jesus get us to that next level? Obviously, the creativity hopefully will come from the likes of Odegaard, but I still think we need another creative player in there, another number 8 who was linked with Osama. We've been linked with that guy 2-3 seasons now. There was talk at the time when we was linked with him, from Lyon, it was something in the price range of around 50 odd million, and now they're talking 12.5 million. Now there's a little bit of 12.5 million. Yeah. I'm not too sure about that.
But this thing as well, though, is Norm. Like if the team gets the balance right, in some games you can play 2-8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can actually get away with playing 2-8s, but
definitely.
It's getting the balance right.
It's getting the balance right. It's getting the right.
Not getting running midfield.
Listen, we've got Partey, who's obviously can play in the 6 or in the 8, but tends to play more in the 6.
Yeah.
Well, on Arteta is, but it depends because when Partey and Granit Xhaka were playing together, of a late, Granit Xhaka's played in more forward, sort of put more, you know what I mean? So advanced, should I say? And Partey was kind of dictating play in that kind of six role kind of thing, but has got the legs to get up and down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how Arteta want to play, but I think we need more creativity in here. We're linked with Tillemans now from Leicester. It looks like he wants to leave.
He hasn't looked happy this season. There,
he hasn't looked happy, and I think he will go. But whether does he want Champions League football? Will he come to us?
But you see, this thing about Champions League football, Norm, right? It makes me laugh when players that haven't really done anything in football currently, you ain't won anything, but you're saying, I ain't coming to you because you're not playing Champions League.
You're not playing Champions League, yeah.
What have you won?
Lately.
You're a name right now. Relax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's only Ronaldo and certain man Zlatan that can throw that in there. Oh, man ain't playing Champions League. I'm Champions League Varane. I'm Champions League Ronaldo. If you're not them kind of caliber of players, stop chatting about you ain't coming to my club because we ain't got Champions League. Because you're not pulling up trees. So it doesn't matter that we haven't got Champions League. We're building to try and get back to Champions League football.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm just looking on. I mean, as I said, we're linked with a lot. We're linked with a lot of players, and obviously I've mentioned the positions that we would need to fill. William Saliba, obviously, he was on loan at Marseille. He should be coming back. He's got 2 years left on his contract. But Marseille now, they've had their transfer ban upheld. Is it upheld? Is it right? No, not upheld. Is it upheld? Yeah. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
So what they got a year without
no. So what happens is that now it's been squashed. In other words, they can start doing business.
Yes, they can
not
start
upheld,
doing business, right?
Yeah. So Marseille now obviously could possibly they want to keep Saliba, right? As I said, he's got 2 years left on his contract. Arteta wants him back, but the way Arteta's dealt with this guy, I mean, this guy's probably kicked ball for us probably once, and that was against.
So why would he want to come back?
Yeah. It was. I think it was good. I can't remember if it was. I don't know if it was MK Dons or one of them teams in a friendly in about. You know what I mean? He hasn't played. He's made it in. He's made it into the French into the La Ligue on French 11. He's been voted Player of the Season 3 times for Marseille. And Marseille can give him Champions League. And he's also come out and said that he wants to play Champions League. Now, the problem is he's got 2 years left on his contract. Arsenal will probably ask for about 30 million if it does go down that road. But they're saying that Marseille wouldn't be able to afford that. Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen. And again, I don't want that whole saga to run on. He needs to come back, get back in the side, go on the tours and blah, 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 prove yourself. Because I think, personally speaking, a lot of people will probably disagree with me, or other people on other channels will probably disagree with me. But I think he's better than Ben White. That £50 million price tag that he's got on his head. Yeah,
it's weighing heavy. The crown's heavy.
It's weighing heavy. It's weighing heavy on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. People will say that. Yeah. He's done well alongside Gabriel, but I've seen games where I'm thinking, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And I personally think, that William Saliba's a better back. What's going to happen is that
Brighton he came from, Norm, right?
That's right. Yeah, Brighton.
Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about. Like you're playing at the seaside, and then you come to the big bright lights of London.
Yeah,
it's a different kettle of fish, bro.
Yeah.
And you come with a heavy price tag as well for a defender.
That's right.
Anything over 50 million is heavy on a defender. So when they roll in with that price tag into a stadium that sells out every home game, and the pressure of you got to qualify for top 4, you got to be competing with Liverpool and Man City, then that's all a lot in one move. All that on your head in one move is a lot. So you may find he has a better season next season after just feeling it out and feeling his way to say, this is what it takes to play at a big club in London under the spotlight.
Yeah.
With the media on him as well,
Yeah, I think obviously with us being in the Europa now, we're in more competitions and all the other cups games. So the back 4, including Holding, they will get games. You know what I mean?
Play more football. That's right.
Play more football, and I think that will be Saliba. I think Saliba coming back would probably want to be playing regularly, and that's when he's going to want assurances from Arteta. Whether Arteta can give him that, because you've got that pairing of Gabriel and Ben White. You know what I mean? Ben White, known as the ball playing centre back. So this is William Saliba. I think he broke the record for passing 3,000 and odd passes. In terms of his passing record out in France. So he holds the record for that. So you know, he's a ball playing centre back, but he's also a good defender as well, and he's quick. You know what I mean? And he's tall. You know what I mean? So you've got that imposing player at the back, which for me would be ideal. So I think Holding is the biggest weak link there. Yeah, but I don't see Arteta getting rid of him. So if William Saliba comes back, then he needs to fight for his place, which that's what it looks like is going to happen. He's got 2 years left on his. I think they want to offer him a new contract. It's whether if William turns around and says no, then you know what I mean. It's whether Arsenal now have to decide, you know, so do we let him run down the contract, like with so many players that they've let do that, or do we say right, let's sell him at a premium? But I don't think Marseille can actually you know how do I find you on Twitter? If you look at the bottom, well, the thing is, I've just joined. I mean, I've got. If you look at the bottom, that's rolling along because I'm new to this Twitter game. Yeah. So D, it says, "How do you find me on Twitter?" So you see what it says at Normski TV.
Yeah. So you should be able to just put just put in just type in the handle, my friend.
Yeah, just type in the handle at Normski TV. It's rolling on the bottom there, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just started today, and also like my Insta. I tend to on my Insta. I mean, obviously, I need to use that more. You know what I mean? Us big man don't really muck about with them things. You understand? But but the thing with Insta, I tend to post like when I'm doing my shows and stuff like that, and I'm trying to work on more content on that as well. But yeah, you see at the bottom it says at Normski TV. I mean, what happened? This is the funny thing, right? I set up the app, right? I also set up via Google, yeah. So I've got two.
Oh, okay.
When it tried to let me, so you can either find me at Normski TV 67, yeah, or at Normski TV, yeah. So if you see it rolling along the bottom, find me at Normski TV 67 or at Normski TV 60 at Normski TV, as you can see it there. So I've got two Twitter handles, yeah. But I think it depends on how active I'm going to be on both of them. I'm just feeling it all out and everything. So guys, just give me a chance, because the thing about me, I hear the stories about Twitter and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? Obviously, when I go on Twitter, I just want to put my view over there, and like what we're doing on the show, you know, we listen to your views. Not all of everything that we say you're going to agree with, but we can be quite polite with it. That's the way I look at it. We're here to give our views and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, just look for me there, and obviously Normski_TV for my Insta handle as well. What I'll do next week, because obviously I'm just new with all this banner thing. If you're happy, I'll talk to you offline about putting your Twitter handle on there as well. So it's rolling along the bottom. But if you want to find D, where can they find you in terms of Twitter?
Twitter, I am. Oh my gosh, that's on the spot. Then
I'm sure you're something at Miami D. Is it something?
Yeah, because I started that account when I lived in Florida.
Yeah. So I think that's the one.
Yeah. So I am at Miami D 69.
Yeah, there you go. At Miami D 69. So that's D's Twitter handle.
And I promise to start tweeting a little bit more.
Yeah, as I said, I'm new to this, so I need to. I think we could probably create our own Twitter space and maybe start conversations on Twitter as well as using this platform as well. So I will be talking with D offline with regards to this. But listen, guys, we've done an hour and 52 minutes.
My battery's dead. Oh my god, that's mad.
Yeah, your battery's about to die.
Yeah, I'm like, I just saw it. I got 9%.
Yeah, cool. But listen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, guys in the chat for taking part and just being a part of the show. Next week we will go again, talking all things Arsenal, Man United, Tottenham, Liverpool. Hopefully we can get Jay on again. She did a real great job. Good to have her on, man. Fantastic. So she's got her fans out there, so we'll see what we can do with regards to that. Also, I'm in the process of talking to a Man City. So D, you're gonna have a rival on. I'm actually going to be linking up. I'm actually going to be linking up with a guy up your neck of the woods on the 10th. So I'm going to be down your neck of the woods on the 10th and the whatever. So I might come and check you up. So I'll let you know what's going on in there. I'm linking up with this guy is a Man City guy. So I said to him, I'll do a podcast. Yes, man. Big up Diego, and big up
take care, Diego.
Craig. Thank you for your support.
like
Root Calls Junior, anybody else, Latoya, Ian. Yeah, thank you for your support on this channel. And listen, we're gonna go again next week. We will be looking at how we did in our transfer week and see who we've declared and who has done the business, who haven't done the business. And I'm sure there's going to be news coming out from every one of our clubs. So let's see what happens. Big up, Ian. Take it easy, bro. I'll probably see you after the bank holiday on the Monday when I'm back to work, bro. So guys, thank you for being on the show. Please hit the like button, subscribe and share, and we'll see you on the next What's Going On podcast. God bless.
Yeah, man. Take care, guys. Have a great bank holiday.